Today we're on one of Kathy's favorite rides in the world, Jekyll Island bike path. It's about 17-18 miles around the island, and we're going to circumnavigate the island. Parking, start at the beach village, generally because there's a lot of parking spaces there, and you get about 2 hours, but I haven't seen anyone get a ticket for longer than 2 hours. And we're going to hit a couple spots along the island and have a good morning of it. If you get here during low tide, the beach is actually hard enough you can ride on. I'm riding on 700 by 42s and Kat's got 700 by 35s, and we're just fine on the beach, hard packed enough. Well, the beach ride ends after about 2 miles. We're off the beach, we're going into the soccer complex, which gets us back onto the main bike path rather than riding on the beach. But the beach is fun, but can't do that around the entire island. So we're going to go through a whole bunch of different environs as we circumnavigate Jekyll Island. We're entering St. Andrew's Beach Park. This is a first stop on our tour because this is the site of the Wanderer Memorial. The Wanderer was a slave ship that was scuttled in this area, and more to come. Jekyll Island has done a really good job on the cycling infrastructure. They have this whole path that lines going around the island, which means you don't even have to get on the roads if you don't want to. Here's where the trail goes into the woods for a little bit. Watch out for gators. Here, gator, gator, gator. With the palm trees and the Spanish moss, going over boardwalks and some marsh areas. This is just such a pretty trail. Definitely should be on your bucket list. The trail in this section is seashells in concrete, which is kind of a tabby, what they call construction, and it makes it real strong. The limestone from the concrete combined with the shells makes for a really good, strong, well-wearing composite. This section goes across a marsh, and it's really nice. You can see the Causeway Bridge behind me. I haven't seen any gators, nor have we been dragged into a death roll, so we're doing all right. This section of the bike path that goes between the historic district and the airport passes through some lovely oak trees with Spanish moss over some boardwalk, and you get some shade. So if it's sunny out, this is a cooler part of the ride. The building that we're coming up upon is called the Horton House, and this was the second building that was built on this particular site. The first one, the wooden one, was replaced by this one. It was built with that tabby, which is a combination of mortar and oyster shell and water, and then poured into forms. We're at the Jekyll Island fishing pier. This is the northernmost spot on Jekyll Island bike tour. You can go out on the pier, walk. You can't ride your bike on it. What was that? How often do you get a chance to ride through a marsh on a paved asphalt trail? Never, except for Jekyll Island. And best bring your sunscreen. There is no protection out here.
Well, John, we're like in the desert here.
I didn't expect we'd pass through the Sahara Desert. Look at us behind. Look at it. You see from one view, but look behind me. Look at that, the ocean. Look right there. This is amazing. Now arriving, Driftwood Beach. Well, we made it to Driftwood Beach. It's a little misnomer on Driftwood. Technically, it's not actually Driftwood. These trees were originally here as part of the forest, and the erosion of the waves creating the beach pushed them into an area where they just fell over, died, and now they're completely white and provide for a beautiful experience for us bike tourists. Now leaving Driftwood Beach. The section from Driftwood Beach back to the village is made up of two different parts. The first part parallels the road here on a nice wide rec path. The second part, we actually duck into the trail and we ride along the beach, next to the beach, not directly on the beach. And part two, you come right next to the beach, you can see the shore, you can see the ocean. Here's a section that goes right through the dunes. So let's count what we went on today. We rode on the beach, we rode on the road, through the forest, through a historic area, through a marsh, by a fishing pier, and now through the dunes.